Hey everyone, welcome back to the Space Koala. My name is Lutza, and today, June 20th, is a special day. Here in the Northern Hemisphere, it is summer solstice, and it is winter solstice for our friends down in the Southern Hemisphere. To celebrate, I'm kicking off a special project today with this fun little gadget called the solar can. The solar can is essentially a pinhole camera built into what looks like a beer can. It has a tiny pinhole on one side which lets light enter, and on the opposite side there's a piece of photosensitive paper. This setup allows it to record the movement of the sun over several months. As the days pass, the sun will trace different paths along the sky. The solar can will then capture these paths as arcs on the photosensitive paper inside. I think it is a really fun way to visualize the movement of the sun over extended periods. This works because of Earth's axial tilt. As the Earth orbits the sun, the angle of sunlight changes, resulting in different paths across the sky throughout the year. So this is the solar can. It comes with the can itself. There is the pinhole right under this piece of tape here that is currently covered. There are the instructions inside, and there are these two long-ish pieces of cable tie included, which you're supposed to use to fix the solar can in place. It says, "Science experiment, do not touch." No, I'm going to place a solar can here on my balcony. It's important to face it towards the path of the sun, which in the Northern Hemisphere, it generally just means pointing it towards the south. Let's make sure it is securely fastened and has a clear view of the sky. The exact moment of the summer solstice this year is 10:51 p.m. my time, that's Central European time. So, against my best wishes, I have squashed it a little bit. There's just no way to fix it without squashing it. So a few hours have passed and I decided to just remove it. I took a screwdriver and undid the cable ties because I just don't want to risk having it there for half a year and then potentially it comes out ugly because I've dented it and then there's a photo paper inside, so I'm afraid that it might just like get distorted. I was thinking if I heat it up it should potentially get undented, but I can't do too much because I don't know what the heat is going to do to the photo paper. But maybe even better like this. I can't heat it more than this, it's going to be all ruined. I think if I press it uniform everywhere else I might be able to get some of that out. I feel like this should work. I feel like if I had like a strong suction cup, that might work, but I don't have that. This might be a stupid idea. No, there's no way. I have super glue. I'm not sure what to super glue to it, but I just have another can that was laying around, so why not? But the can is no good because it has to be something that can interact with it on a larger surface. I feel like it will not have enough time to dry. So I'm super gluing a piece of tape to it. Not because it's ideal, but I literally don't have a better idea. So what is giving me hope is it says that the photo paper inside is supposed to be 5 by 7 inches. The 7 inches side is going to be the long side, so it is 5 inches high, so like yay big. Ideally, there's no photo paper there if this thing is starting from the bottom, and why wouldn't it start from the bottom when they tell you to put it upright? Sounds logical, so there's always hope, but it would still be better if I was able to straighten this out somehow. Given up on the super glue idea, none of this is going to work. I'm just going to have to put it back out like this and hope for the best, and also hope that in the meantime I didn't damage it with the heat. Now that I've seen that it's 5 by 7 inches and then this is the 5 inches side, I feel more comfortable that it's probably not going to be all messed up. Even if some of the paper is like here, it wouldn't be like completely scrunched up. But this time I'm going to be more careful because I think that I've also dented it down here. So I will be more careful with the cable tie. I don't know how you're supposed to do it without denting it because if you don't tighten it, it doesn't stay in place. I feel like they should reinforce it somehow from the outside. So I found this big roll of like silicone tape that is like self-sticky, so it sticks to itself. It is quite thick. So I feel like if I kind of cover it with this, it will provide sort of a cushioning surface for the cable ties so that they can stick on and like hold it in place really well without tinting it any further. So let's see. So if I haven't yet ruined the photo paper, this might work. Well, I feel like I've made it worse in every possible way. But here we go. That is pointing more or less to the south. And that's going to be the moment of truth. I still have all this like burnt stuff on my hands. Here we go. Now it's just a waiting game. So while we wait 6 months, I'm just going to explain a little bit about what I expect to find, hopefully. Over the next few months, the sun's path will gradually lower in the sky as we move towards the winter solstice. Each day, the sun will leave a faint trail on the photosensitive paper inside the solar can. That is it for today. Thank you so much for joining me on this exciting project. Make sure you subscribe to the Space Koala and hit that notification bell so you don't miss the follow-up video in December. That's when we'll be able to reveal the final image and hopefully see the path of the sun moving from its northernmost to its southernmost point in the sky. There's a lot of time until December, but I'm very excited to see how this turns out. And in the meantime, happy solstice once again.